So today, I really want to talk to you about safety. Safety as a teacher, safety as somebody who holds space, safety for somebody who holds space for people even individually. A lot of stuff has been coming up around safety in classes, and I just want to cover a few things so people know, either if you're a student or a teacher, what is safe and what has people feel safe. I'm mostly going to be talking from the point of view as a teacher, but it also supports the student if you're a student watching this. So a few things that cause safety for people that are coming to your classes. The first thing is, how do you describe your class? When you're describing your class, are you putting in there, it's G-rated, it's R-rated? Are you putting in there the real description of what you're teaching? Like, that is huge. You need to put in there that if you're saying, we are doing a Tantra massage class and clothes are completely off, you need to let people know that that's what's going on. If it's a G-rated event like cuddling, or not, some people are doing cuddles that aren't G-rated. You need to let people know that ahead of time. You need to have that in the description. It causes people to go, oh, I know what I'm getting. You don't know how many times I have people contacting me going, okay, it says it's a cuddle, or it says we're only working with the partner we bring, but is that true, or is this going to become an orgy? And it's like, what I love is my students come to my classes and they're like, first nervous, and they realize they're only getting what I'm telling them they're going to get. If I say we're doing a body-to-body massage class, guess what? We're doing that, and we're only doing that with the partner you bring, and that's it. The only time you might touch another person is saying hello and goodbye and hugging people. But it's like, I let people know ahead of time, like, this is what you're going to get. This causes their nervous system to calm down. If you want your students to really have fun, really open, really be in bliss and joy or heal, this doesn't happen without safety. Surprising people with things. This doesn't happen without safety. And the first thing is putting in your description what you're teaching. You don't have to put specific exercises like, we're going to do this meditation and this yoga practice, and you can just say the general thing. We are going to be clothed on. You're going to be working with this partner, the partner you bring, or you're going to be roaming around the room, practicing with everybody. But you're telling them the general foundation, so when they show up, it's not a surprise that they're going to have to get naked or they're not. Another thing is, when a student is triggered in class, you as a teacher, you need to take yourself, we get triggered by each other sometimes, and as a teacher, we need to stay untriggered. Like, if we get triggered, we also need to own that side of ourselves and go, wow, I just got triggered by something you did. But you don't have a whole conversation about it in the classroom with the person. You might own your trigger, like, wow, I just got triggered by something. But if your student is triggered, it's best to just work with their trigger. Ask them questions, get them to open, get them to feel safe, ask them what they need, have them just kind of melt in to what is going on in them so they can actually feel safe. Not asking saying accusatory things or even accusatory questions. Like, I've watched this in workshops from really respected teachers even, and it's like, it's not okay. It doesn't cause safety. We want to learn to calm the nervous system so they'll stay in the classroom and be nurtured and go to their next level of healing. And you're taking your judgments out of it as the teacher. You have to be able to distinguish what's theirs and what's yours, and not put your stuff on them. This is important. I've seen this so many times. And it's important to go, oh, I'm getting triggered, this is mine. Breathe, ground, and then be there for them. You are holding the space. It doesn't matter if they've come for free. It doesn't matter if you come for trade. It doesn't matter if they've paid full price, half price, or whatever. It doesn't matter. They are there as your student. Treat them as such. So then there is the thing of touch. So I would say touch is really good as a teacher to always ask for consent. If they're a regular student, you may already have a dynamic that they feel safe, so it's okay for you to touch an arm or hold their hand or hug them and stuff like this. If there's an opposite sex dynamic, especially if it's a male teacher to a female student, you want to make sure before you touch them, you want to make sure you're asking consent. Just because you're the teacher, it doesn't give you the right to just walk up and touch them. It doesn't give you the right to say, hey, will you be my demo, and then do some really erotic or very sexual or naked massage demo on them. You want to make sure, like when you ask somebody to be your demo, you say, hey, I would like you to be my demo. I'm going to be doing this kind of massage, or I'm going to do this kind of exercise with you. Are you okay with that? And let them know, are you going to be touching any personal private parts on their body? Or tell them where you're going to touch them, because maybe there's a personal part of their body that you want to touch in the demo and that they feel is too private to them. So you want to be clear on where you're going to touch them and let them be a hell yes about it. And then once you start going, if you wanted to expand that and say, hey, can I demonstrate this on you? You wait for them to think about it and go, yes. If you hear any hesitation, just say, it's okay, no problem. I'll just talk the classroom through it. This all causes safety. Also, once your demo's done and you're teaching the class, you don't take the students farther than what you showed the demo. I've seen this before. They show the demo, then they teach the class something that takes them farther. The students are already prepared for what you showed them, but when you take them farther, their nervous system, their system is like, they're not going to feel safe. Some of them are going to be like, yeah, cool. So I'm talking about people who definitely had trauma or pain, or they've had their boundaries broken a lot, or even once. It's keeping the container safe. So these are just a few things that I'm going to list. There are many more, but these are vital when it comes to being a teacher or a practitioner. Even in your private sessions, asking permission. Like, even if somebody's come for like a Yoni massage, I ask, may I touch your Yoni before I get there? So she knows, like, she's still at choice. You're making sure everybody knows that they're at choice and they're feeling safe at all points in time. Because most time in our life, we're not given that choice. Strangers come up when we're babies and touch us, and they're not asking if it's okay, and our parents don't think about it. And it's like, it's just important. And as the student, it's good to look at these. If a teacher is just randomly coming up and touching you without consent, especially in any kind of inappropriate place, this is not okay. And for you to say something like, hey, can you please ask me before you touch me? Or you just touch me in a place that I really don't want you touching me. And making sure that you speak your truth. Making sure you set a boundary. So I hope this supports you. If you have any questions, please put them below. Like this and subscribe below. Sending you lots of love. I might do a part 2.